Greetings YouTube and welcome to the next episode of How to Vanguard. In this episode, well, if I'm perfectly honest, I have quite a bit of a tall order as I'm going to be doing a breakdown on the Vanguard cards themselves. Because at this point, if you were to look at Vanguard cards and you've never played the game before, you'd be like, what the hell does all this shit mean? Like, what's this? What's that? What the hell is that in the corner there? Like, blarg. Well, after this video, you too will be able to look at a Vanguard card and you'll be able to identify it as, oh, that's a grade 0. Oh, this thing does that. That's a grade 2. I want that. That's pretty good. Oh, that's a twin drive. That's pretty good. Oh, that's a critical unit. What does that do? Well, I'm not going to go into these, the trigger units. They are a video of themselves because, frankly, for better or for worse, triggers are what make Vanguard Vanguard. However, if you want to know what specific topics I will be covering in this video, I'm actually going to be going over pages 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the Vanguard rulebook. So if you have a Vanguard rulebook on you or you're looking at it online, feel free to follow along with me. Like I said, I'm going to be skipping the trigger section. And that being said, I'm going to begin by just breaking down a typical Vanguard card. Okay, so a Vanguard card, referred to in-game as a unit, and as a quick note, Vanguard right now consists only of units, i.e. monsters. There's no spells, there are no artifacts, no trainers or supporters, no trap cards, none of that. Your entire deck is made up of monsters. You can only run 50 cards in a deck, no more, no less, and 17 of them have to be grade 0. And I'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah. So from here on out, I'll be referring to them as units. And there are two particular kinds of units. You've got normal unit, and then you got a trigger unit. And they're just that. Trigger units you don't really use for anything other than being triggers. These are your go-to attackers. They are what will be doing all this shit that Vanguard does for you. And they all have unique characteristics that warrant a little bit of explaining. So you got your typical unit here, which has the card image, flavor text, a box to describe any skills, i.e. monster effects, if any. Should note that Vanguard does have its equivalent of vanilla monsters. As you can see, they have nothing except the image, flavor text, name, attacking power, other stuff. But at the same time, as you can tell, they have pretty high stats for monsters of their grade class. In comparison, this is a vanilla grade 2 Vanguard, and this is a vanilla grade 2 1. Whereas this is a monster. This is a non-vanilla. This is one that actually has a skill. Note how it has lower power than this one, and that's kind of the same thing for this one. This one's an only 6,000 attack, and this one's 8,000, despite the fact that it has no skill. So, just quickly wanted to get that one out of the way. Now we'll get back to these guys. So, if a Vanguard has monster effects to take note of, it will describe them as much as it can in the text box below. They do use a lot of shorthand symbols, i.e. this thing, these. If you don't know what they do, then you end up like just staring at it, wondering what it means. But other times, they'll just flat out spell it out for you, like this one, Lord. If you have a unit without the same clan as this unit, this card cannot attack. That one's pretty simple. Same for this one, Forerunner. It actually tells you what it means. When a unit of the same clan rides this unit, you may call this unit to rearguard. And that's what that R means. But I'll get to that in a little bit. But back to the actual card breakdown itself. So you have these. Tells you, again, normal unit, trigger unit. Gives you the name. Names do play a part in some cards. They'll actually get extra power if you ride them on top of a unit of a certain name. So if this unit was ridden on top of a, what is it called, Top Idol Pacifica, then it would be an extra plus 2,000 attack permanently. Then you got your power, aka attacking stats from Yu-Gi-Oh! 11,000 right here is the equivalent to 2,800 in Yu-Gi-Oh! Whereas 10,000 is 2,500, 13,000 is 3,000, and 8,000 would be 1,900, 1,800 more or less. So 11,000 is a really good number, 10,000 is okay, and 13,000 is flat out amazing. Then you got the symbol here, critical 1. It's saying how much damage you'll do if this hits the Vanguard. Then it lists the clan name. Clans are basically the equivalent of archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Except there's also subclans, much like how there are sub-archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! So, Mecha Phantom Beasts are a sub-archetype of Phantom Beasts. Bermuda Triangles have a subclan referred to as Prisms. And it's not really playing much of a role right now, but in a couple of months, subclans will be all the thing of Vanguard post BT 10 and 11, which is bullshit that they reversed those release dates, but I'm not going to get into that here. So you got these. Then up in the top right corner, you'll have a number designating their grade and a symbol underneath it that is unique to that grade. There's this thing here, this thing here. I'll go over these things when I break down cards by grade. And the last thing of note is something that grade 3s don't have, but grade 0, 1, and 2 have, and that is this symbol here, which is the shield. This is for defensive purposes. I'll get to that later on too.